Hi everyone, welcome to the Law and Hi, and it's still your host Folakemi Jegede. Good to be back. Thank you for subscribing to this channel. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for your likes and your comments. And today's episode is a discussion that is basically to guide the micro, small, and medium business owners for them to have an optimum advantage in their businesses. You know, a lot of people have been launching into different opportunities that have been created due to the pandemic in our new normal. A lot of businesses are springing up. We are doing a lot of business registration and advising our clients appropriately. However, a key way to ensure professionalism of your business is to know the importance of contracts. You will understand the responsibilities and obligations accrued to you as a business owner. I have titled today's topic as Why Contracts Are Important. A lot of small and micro business owners just want to go online, get a template, and they just want to sign. Guys, it's beyond that. You just don't embark on business transactions without having proper documentation, without having proper contracts. A contract is a formal agreement. It can be verbal, it can be written, depending on what have you. And do you know that time spent now is a problem avoided in future? You will never see larger companies embark in any form of transaction without signing proper contracts. Every party will know their obligation and their responsibility. But today, you see micro, small, and medium companies not even understand what is inside their memorandum of association or their articles of association. They don't have contract of employment for their employees. They don't even have shareholders agreement nor founders agreement. You know, these are the basic contracts that should be in place from the beginning of your company. There are a lot of names given to contract. You have joint venture agreement, you have non-disclosure agreement, you have different types of contracts. And I tell you, every position, every transaction has their own peculiarity. Because you use a particular agreement at a particular time does not mean that it's going to suffice for this particular one. So what is a written contract? A written contract is a formal agreement between one party and the other that is legally binding. This contract will list the do and don't, the obligation and responsibility accrued to each party. Each particular contract will set out its own structure and terms, responsibilities that is accrued to each party. The basics that you should have in mind before drafting a contract. Number one, you should know the parties to the contract, what the contract is about, so that you will know the particular terms to use in drafting the contract. You should also know how long the contract will take. If we have non-disclosure clause in our agreement that will ensure confidentiality of every information that is available for that party during the period of the contract or as agreed by the parties. How do you deal with problems? Is it by going for arbitration or mediation or court? And you should always remember that what you put in your dispute resolution is a condition precedent before you can do anything. So you should always be clear on how you are going to deal with problem in future. There are a lot of clauses that should be in place when drafting a contract. And as I've said earlier, each contract has their own peculiarity. And there is one particular clause, force majeure clause. For example, there are a lot of business owners that have been affected due to the pandemic. Some are not able to carry out their obligations, and some were not able to meet deadlines and all. If you did not put proper clause into your agreement, you can be held liable. Companies or businesses that have included force majeure clause in their contract during this pandemic, they won't be worried about how things will be done, because proper arrangement will have been inserted. And also remember that there can be badly drafted contracts. It's not about just getting a template somewhere, because if you are not careful, there are contractual agreements that are not legally proven, that are not binding. In the future, you may not be able to assert your rights on that particular contract. So why is a contract important? Cannot overemphasize it. A contract guides the process of the transaction as to the timelines, the do and don'ts, every phase, every procedure, and the responsibilities that is on each party. It will guide you on how you go about it. A contract also helps you to determine the timeline, to determine the lifespan of the contract. It helps you to know when a particular dispute arises, how are you going to deal with it, how are you going to resolve it. It also helps you to understand your fees and your obligations required for you as in correlation with your fees. It also helps you to know when there is frustration, what you should do, how to terminate the contract, how to, in the event of force majeure, in the event of death, in the event of frustration, what and what you're supposed to do. So you cannot overemphasize it. If you fail to do the needful, you may not be able to enjoy long productivity. Every transaction, everything that you're doing, there should be a well-drafted written contract. You cannot just use familiarity or friendship in your business, or else you will ruin your business. So to save you and to save the other party, it's very important for you to make sure that you have a well-drafted contract. What are you supposed to do before signing a contract? Make sure you read every word, including the fine print. Make sure that all the terms, all the provisions, every agreed positions are in the contract. Seek legal advice. Let a legal practitioner advise you appropriately. Don't just be quick because there is money involved. You just append your signature, and it's beyond that. Because doing things rightly now will save you from future legal battles or technicalities that may affect your business or make you to run into loss. So allow plenty of time to consider and understand the context of the contract. Do the needful. Don't do Mr. Know-it-all or Mrs. Know-it-all or Madam Know-it-all. Engage a legal practitioner in drafting your contracts. Every industry, every structure, every transaction have their own peculiarity. So you cannot just do a cat-fit-all for everything. So if you need more further clarification, inquiry, you can reach out to us on our Gmail at lawandhi@gmail.com. You can also send me a message on the channel. I will respond accordingly, and my Instagram account at FolakenJex. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel, share with your friends, we love you, and thank you for joining us on today's episode on the Law and High. See you and bye.